All right, what's going on, you guys? So I finally have the opportunity to test drive the 2017 CX-5, and I figured I would bring you guys a first drive POV review of the car, show you exactly what the car is about, and just give you a good overall feedback on how it drives. So let's go ahead and get started. This is going to be the Grand Touring 2.5 liter 4-cylinder. This is going to put out about 187 horsepower, so you do get 3 extra horsepower versus the 2016, and you still have the same 185 pound-feet of torque. And it's actually pretty good numbers, compared to, let's say, the Honda Civic. You are going to have 3 less horsepower. The Honda Civic has 190, but you have about 5 more torque. So the Honda Civic does put out about 180 torque, whereas this makes 185. So you get a 5 increase in torque, but you have 3 less horsepower. And the CR-V is also going to be a little bit bigger, a little bit heavier than the CX-5. So and also this does have the 6-speed automatic transmission. And like I said in my review, so if you guys haven't seen my review, be sure to go ahead and watch that. I will put a link to that at the end of this video. But this automatic transmission, as you'll see in the video, is incredible. So let's go ahead and get started. I just have it in normal mode right now. Now, I'm not going to do a whole lot of talking in this video because I mainly want you guys to, see how the car drives. I'll make a few comments here and there, but other than that, you guys enjoy the video. So coming into this corner, I'm going around 50 miles an hour right now. So I'm going to show you just how well this car will handle this corner. It's just flat, so it does a great job going around corners. And this, this transmission is very, very responsive. I could just put my foot in like halfway and it revs up pretty quick. It's just, good job to Mazda for making an extremely responsive car. It's just, the power comes on almost immediately. So like, once again, I'm rolling right now, and if I floor it now, it just goes, no hesitation at all. So that immediacy is just on another level compared to other cars in the class. So that's just amazing for sure. And going through all these curves here, everything just feels very, very just flat and linear. Not a lot of body roll, which is great, especially in an SUV. So this does have Mazda's G vectoring control. Now, I can't really explain it that well. I will put a link in the description to show you what the G vectoring control does, but basically it controls the G-forces of the car by doing things like pulling torque, gives you more load on the front wheels as you're going into a corner, so you have more stability, more grip. It keeps you more controlled through there. So, and it really pays off a lot more, I feel like, in an SUV where your center of gravity is a lot higher. There's a lot more lean and body roll, and that G vectoring really helps to keep everything very, very flat. But the car just drives very, very smooth. I think if there was one word to describe this car, it would definitely be smooth. Road noise is definitely not bad at all, especially compared to the previous generation, so everything stays really nice and quiet in here. So like right now, I'm barely talking over a whisper. Looks like we do have some traffic here, but you do have this auto hold. So right now, my foot's off the brake. I'm not in park or anything, my foot's just off the brake. And it does hold the brakes for you, and all you have to do is tap the gas and then the car just goes. So when you have those long lights, all you got to do is push in the brake, it'll hold the brake for you, and then you just tap the gas when you're ready to go. So that is a cool feature that they added for 2017. So right now I am in a light. As you can probably see, it says hold right in there. I don't know if you can really see it on here. And my foot's just off the brake and I tap the gas when I'm ready to go. Just a really neat feature. And that beep you just heard is actually from the blind spot monitor. So if there are people in your blind spot and you blink that direction, it will make a beep inside the cabin and let you know not to get over. It does detect it about 10 meters back. So it detected that there's a big truck in my blind spot back there. So it did beep and let me know. Now, one cool thing I do want to point out is, so you can switch this into your manual mode. So if you slap it over, you do have a manual mode. And now, if any of you are familiar with rally car driving, you actually pull back to upshift and you push forward to downshift. Reason for that is usually when you're accelerating, you're being forced this way. And when you're braking, so if I were to slam on the brakes, everything obviously is gonna fly that way. So everything's being forced that way under braking. Usually when you're braking, that's when you want to downshift in more motorsports driving. And I'm really glad Mazda is one of the very few companies that got that right. So just like in motorsports, you push forward to downshift and you pull back to upshift. And it works really, really well. You know, it does rev match downshifts for you, and then when you upshift, it's really, really quick upshifts. You know, you would almost think that this is a dual clutch. I mean, of course, not quite to that extent, but it does do an incredible job. Let me go ahead and show you guys how that works. So now I'm going to slap it over into the manual mode, and I'm coming into this corner over here. 4th gear right now, so I'm gonna downshift. thing corners incredibly well, especially for an SUV. It's just ridiculous. So I do have it in sport mode right now, and basically what sport mode does is it basically holds you between 3,000 and 6,000 RPMs just to kind of keep you in the meat of your power band. And it makes everything just extremely responsive. So earlier when I went half throttle, it revved up to about 4,000 RPMs. Right now, if I just get over first, that way I don't get this car in front of me, but if I just barely dip into it, that was literally me going probably like a tenth of the way down on the gas pedal. It's just extremely responsive. It just kind of heightens everything, and it's you know, great on the highway. So if you want to pass anyone, you just put your foot into it. And then you can turn it on or off while you're driving. So if I push sport down, it'll turn everything off. And this car is just a great handling car. You know, I'm going about 70 miles an hour right now, and if I, you know, did a few of these, it just goes complete straight, you know. I'm sure everyone behind me thinks I look crazy, but, you know, that's just goes to show how taut this suspension is. It literally feels like almost like a bulldog stance. Like, I mean, it feels very planted to the ground, and that's the best thing about Mazda, is that they make the sportiest CUV, you know, I'd say in the mainstream market, without having to go to like a BMW or anything like that. You're gonna get that great chassis feel, and for people out there that do enjoy driving and who do want to kind of push their car a little bit, this car is really gonna reward those people. And it's just a very in tune vehicle. I do like how whenever you're in sport mode, it does automatically rev match for you if you're braking really hard. All right, well, that's pretty much gonna be it, you guys. I really hope y'all enjoyed that drive video. You know, I hope you guys got a good look at how this car handles, like on highway roads, around turns. It's just a very, very solid car. So definitely kudos to Mazda for, you know, being bold and just building one of the sportiest mainstream cars I think you can probably buy. If you guys want to see more of these kinds of videos, please comment in the comment section below. Let me know if you like this video. Let me know if there's any other cars you guys want to see. I am kind of debating on whether or not I should just stick with Mazda or start venturing out and trying other brands as well. So let me know all that in the comments below, guys. I do love to, you know, do what I can to make my subscribers happy. And if you guys want to see more of my videos, click up here to the right. Check out my full review of the 2017 CX-5. And if you guys want to subscribe to my channel, click up here to the left. Thank you so much, you guys.